episode 71 of All the Book Show.
71.
The official podcast of the David A. Howe Public Library. Hey, your heater just came on in time.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That'll be nice and toasty.
So, I'm Eric Mickles.
I'm Nick Gunning. And yeah, we have a special guest with us today.
Jessica Wieszczyk.
There she is.
Yeah.
Regular listeners may recall that Jessica is a fan of Halloween. We had Sally Murphy on with us for the Halloween episode, and we've dubbed her the Queen of Halloween. So what did we decide Jessica was?
You said Duchess.
Duchess. The
I
Duchess
like
of Halloween. But I don't know, you might be able to out Halloween Sally. I mean, you did terrify Eric.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Jessica works at the
Andover?
Andover haunted house.
Yeah.
And doesn't care who she knows.
Yeah, no.
Or who she hurts in there.
I love when I know people.
You were a clown this time, right?
I was.
That's terrifying by
Just wait till
itself.
next year.
You haunted Eric's nightmares. Well, anyway.
Jessica, it's me! It's me!
See, but she knows you,
Yeah.
so she'll just prey on your weaknesses.
Yeah,
so that's
right.
that's not a plus.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jessica is joining us today because while she is the Duchess of Halloween, you're trying to get into Christmas, right?
Yes.
You started Christmas music how early?
Oh, probably end of October, beginning November.
That's too early. That's too early. Anything pre-Thanksgiving in my book is too early.
Yeah.
Where do you fall on that?
Same.
Okay, good. All right, so with that in mind, we've got a special Take 5 segment. Our guest today, Jessica, we're going to hit you with some Christmas-themed questions. So, number one, do you have a favorite Christmas book?
I have yet to ever make it through one
Oh,
outside
wow.
of like the night before Christmas.
Oh, okay. Clement Moore, classic. Okay.
Yes. I'm
What?
partway through Dashing Through the Snow.
I
by
read
Kevin
Dashing Through
Palmer.
the Snow. Yeah.
It is reading like the Hallmark Channel movie that it is.
That's exactly true. Yeah. It is a movie now, isn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Okay. So it's pretty much just a screenplay at that
Yes.
point. Yeah, I remember that one. It wasn't particularly good, but with Christmas reads, you take them with a grain of salt. You don't read any Christmas books, do you?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So following that up, your number 2 question in the Take 5 is favorite Christmas album or song, if you have a favorite Christmas.
I'm a fan of the Now That's What I Call Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just a bunch of them
Yeah.
together.
There was a correct answer to that question, and she guessed incorrectly.
Oh, okay.
So-
And the correct answer was
All I
Mariah
Want for
Carey?
Christmas Is You by
Okay,
Mariah,
yeah, I
yeah.
figured it. I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, the Now Christmas album is pretty classic. It takes all of the ones that you would want to hear, puts them on one CD. I think it's our most popular Christmas CD in the holiday section here at the library. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Do you have a favorite, Eric? Just Mariah Carey, that one song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus the TSO albums.
Oh, sure.
Plus Snow by the Red Hot Chili
That's
Peppers.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra for you.
Yeah, sorry, the
Not in the know. Yeah. Okay, so movie. Everybody's got a favorite Christmas movie. You got a favorite Christmas movie?
The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yes.
That was the correct answer.
Yes. Last week, our Christmas-themed episode, we put this out to our listeners. That, I think Muppet Christmas Carol came in second, maybe only to It's a Wonderful Life. No, White Christmas. White Christmas was first, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
But it was right up there. I'm right with you on that. I love the Muppet Christmas Carol. Okay, answer this question. This is question 4. It doesn't feel like Christmas until...
I'm wandering around aimlessly on the 24th trying to finish my Christmas shopping.
Oh,
Nice.
last minute. You're a last-minute Christmas shopper.
I have vowed not to be, but it's not looking promising this year either.
Really? Year after year, you fall into
Yes.
this same trap. Yeah, everyone?
Yes.
Like you have a present for your husband already, or he's
No, it's
on the
just
24th?
that last minute stuff.
Okay, just the little things.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, you prefer, if it's a Halloween versus Christmas head-to-head, you would go with Christmas.
By a smidgen.
Whoa!
Really? Oh my gosh, we have an upset here at All the Books. This is one for the record.
Yeah.
So then I guess this question I'll have to rephrase. The original one was Halloween is more fun than Christmas because, but if you don't agree, tell us why you like Halloween so much.
Halloween can be more fun than Christmas.
Okay, so if it's a fun-wise, maybe Halloween edges it out.
Yes.
But a
Even
favorite.
though I'm
okay.
a fan of Christmas more, I do enjoy scaring people.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's all about
Like
the
a
scares.
bully.
Like a bully. Yeah. Eric holds a grudge, so
I can see
you're
that.
you have a year to
Yeah.
repair this relationship, and then you can ruin it all
But then
again
it's,
at
yeah, it's just going to be ruined again.
the Andover Haunted House. Do you know what you're going to be? How far in advance are
Yes.
these
No,
things
I don't wanna
planned?
know.
Don't tell Eric.
Oh, I'm not going to tell
But
you.
you know.
Yes, the last
Wow.
night at the haunted house, the group that's in my room will decide what we're doing for the next year.
And is it the same group year to year?
Yep.
Oh, how many years have you been doing it?
13.
13.
Holy cow.
I did not expect you to say that number. Wow. Okay. So we've hit our top 5 or our take 5, but let me ask you this: do you have a favorite themed year that you've done in the last 13 years? 13, by the way, the perfect number to have been in a haunted house.
Right?
So congratulations.
Exactly. We've done a mix.
Okay.
I was a fan. We did a twist on The Wizard of Oz one year called Apocalypse.
Ooh. Okay.
I enjoyed that one. We did Hillbillies one year, which kind of runs as our favorite in our room.
Yeah. Boy.
Too much.
Yeah. Nice and creepy.
Yeah.
Nice and creepy.
Back to Christmas.
That's right. Okay. Well, that closes our take 5. Jessica, thanks for joining us. This is your debut on all the books.
Yes, it is.
All right.
You're welcome.
Well, it was lovely having you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're not
you're
paying
done.
for
You're
any
out.
more
No,
minutes.
you're too scary. You're too scary. We can't handle it anymore.
Yeah. We'll have
Okay.
to actually have her on Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
None of this Halloween
Yeah.
Merry Christmas thing.
You and I can just take the week off, and we'll let her and Sally just sit
Yeah.
down and scare the crap out
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah, take that. Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah, all right. Oh, that came up on our best of list.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, here, Jessica, I will.
Yeah.
Eric, damn.
One thing I like most about the holidays is that it's time to.
All right, she's gone.
Oh, thank goodness.
We can talk about her.
Oh,
We can
okay.
talk about what
Yeah.
she's really like.
Scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. It's funny because I would not peg her as somebody who likes to terrify people for Halloween.
But she does.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
always it's the quiet ones. I
Yeah.
guess that's what they say all the time. So.
Sometimes it's also the very loud ones.
Yeah.
The loud ones with deep voices.
Yeah, that's true.
breaking through your walls.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. People always walking around with like an axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want
Axe carriers.
Yeah,
They,
could be. All right, well let's get back on track here and jump in with our bookmark, buddy. What have you been reading?
Yeah, I feel like we didn't tell anybody what this podcast was about when we started. We just
yeah,
said like
okay.
the name of it,
Sure.
who we are. Now we got some listeners like, what the heck
All
is
right,
going
we'll
on?
let 'em know.
We talk about book news on this podcast.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's why we're going to talk about what we've been reading.
That's true.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
New
And
listeners, this was not the best episode for you just to jump in. At least not yet.
I disagree.
Oh, okay.
I think it had charm and whimsy. They
Yeah.
were a little confused, but they were intrigued. I
Whimsy?
think it's perfect. Yeah.
I don't
you
think
never
we've-
know where the wind's gonna blow.
I think we lost our whimsy back in episode 7.
I doubt it.
As soon as we did that Joyce Carol Oates one, and we
Yeah.
started getting into some real issues, the
We were real
whimsy
heavy,
just
yeah.
disappeared.
Well, we're eventually going to be talking about the best books of 2016. We put this out to our listeners, got a nice batch of responses, so we'll pick from some of those.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Right now, we're going to talk about where our bookmarks are at, what we've been reading. A little reader's advisory, if you will.
Okay.
So,
Do
go
I
on.
start?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, what have I read?
I don't know.
I read 2 graphic novels. I read Doctor Strange Volume 2.
Back on track. Okay.
The Last Days of Magic, or I think that's what it was called.
What is that?
Doctor Strange Volume 2.
Sorry. I thought those were both different ones.
Nope,
Okay.
that was one thing.
This is the brand new Doctor Strange series.
Yeah.
And
To try to
as I recall, the first volume
Ended
was
on a
5
cliffhanger.
issues and didn't resolve anything.
Right.
And this picked up that thread?
Yeah, I think I wrote a review. I don't remember what I said.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't write a review.
All right.
It was
Is it a series you'd recommend? Let me
it
ask
was
you that.
good. The second half, Doctor Strange gets together all the magical people of the Marvel superhero universe to.
It's not a great crowd.
That's true. Marvel does not have a great magic crew. DC Comics, the World of the Justice League, great magical characters. Marvel, not so much. It's like you got Scarlet Witch,
Oh,
and you
okay,
get
yeah.
Brother Voodoo, and you get Son of Satan.
No.
You kind of count Ghost Rider, but only if he can
Do
be
you?
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
If he's like, oh, you can't turn into Ghost Rider, you're like, well then,
Yeah, see you later.
no thanks. What I say, they equal 10 issues, and in those 10 issues, I haven't gained much insight into anyone or got an idea what the series is going for. And that's true. I don't know what the series like long-term plan
Okay.
is. And it's true, in 10 issues, there's like 0 character development for any of the new characters, any of the old characters. If somebody picked this up, they really wouldn't have an idea of like who Doctor Strange was as a character.
Okay. So let me put it to you this way. People who have just seen the Benedict Cumberbatch Strange movie and want to read about Doctor Strange, this is probably not the series you'd say
It's
go
probably
for.
the best then.
Do you think-
If you've seen the movie,
Oh,
you've gotten
okay.
the you don't need to be introduced.
Okay.
If you need an introduction to the character, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Maybe
I always,
the Oath.
we have in our collection here, we have Doctor Strange season 1, which
Right.
is a decent intro. I guess I prefer the
My wife hates it.
yeah, I prefer the J. Michael Straczynski Strange standalone. I always like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man together. That's a good. The '90s cartoon did that well, and in Straczynski's Spider-Man run, the teams up with Doctor Strange are very good.
I used to read. It's from the 60s, the old Defender comics.
Oh,
I've got a
yeah.
collection of like the
Defenders,
20 of them.
yeah.
It's Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, the Incredible Hulk, and the Submariner.
Oh.
And they just basically fight things that are too big for anything else.
Hmm.
Just like massive, gross horrible things that the Avengers couldn't tackle.
That's fun.
Because like they're the most powerful characters in the universe, so
Right.
you can't really put them on a team out of the Avengers.
No, you can't.
So it was just kind of funny. But that was back when Doctor Strange was like the most like boring character in the world. Very like, I don't know, very self-serious, not
Okay.
fun.
Not Cumberbatchy at all. would you
Right.
say?
Basically, all the humor came from from the Hulk and Submariner interacting, because Hulk would be like, Hulk smash, and Submariner would be like, you oaf! And that's the gist of the humor.
Okay.
But, in the right places, it works.
Yeah, it's working for me.
So,
It's great.
and I also read Superman, The Men of Tomorrow by Jeff Johns.
Oh, okay.
It's a comic book.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, the art was John Romita Jr. And for the most part, it was fine. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of weird because he usually draws for Marvel Comics. But what was weird is he introduced a new character called Ulysses, and I swear that he looked like he just came out of like the Marvel. He looks a lot like John Romita Jr. did a comic with Neil Gaiman called The Eternals, and Ulysses looks like he just came out of the Eternals comic.
Okay.
So none of that made any sense to most of our listeners.
Sure. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Did you say? You thought
It was fine.
You liked it.
Yeah. So, and I'm still reading the Bruce Springsteen book.
Yeah, you're making some progress though.
Yeah.
Getting towards the end there.
Yeah, he's now making his music and everything.
Nice.
So
All right, we have that book and we have the CD, the companion piece. Have you
Yeah.
listened to the album?
No, I haven't, but I do want to
Check it out for your road trip.
I want to
man.
go through his older
The
CDs.
back
I
catalog, sure.
I had a bunch at one time, and then I was like, oh, I never listened to these, so I'll just keep the older one, the newer ones, plus his greatest hits one that I have. Like it's a 3-disc greatest hits thing. But then I'm like, oh, maybe because it seems like his albums are actually meant to like be listened together. This was before I listened to like albums as albums,
Oh,
and
I
I only
see.
cared
Okay.
about like the hits, So,
All right.
all right, that's it.
Okay.
I did read the first chapter. Oh, I meant to bring it. I meant to bring the book I'm reading. It's that Legend of the Five Rings. It's that like
Yes,
samurai
uh-huh.
fantasy book. I started
Right.
with the first chapter.
Jeez.
I meant to bring it in to read a paragraph to show you why I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
But also why no one else would think it's
Wait.
so cool.
Is this the one that you've been reading on and off for a long time, or you just picked this up?
The series?
Yeah.
This is the fourth book in the series.
Okay, so you
yeah.
read the. Okay.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one was the scorpion.
I remember now.
The second one was the unicorn.
Sure.
And the third one was the crane. This one's the phoenix.
The Phoenix.
I believe the next one is dragon, followed by the crab, followed by the lion. Those are the 7 main clans of Rokugan.
Okay.
Part of the Legend of the Five Rings.
Wow.
The Phoenix are the magical. They're the magic, like the clan that focuses on magic.
I see.
The Crane tend to be very snooty. Tend to be
Makes sense.
swordsmen.
Wait, is it just Fraser Crane?
No, that would be yeah, sure.
All right.
When you sit around the elegant imperial castle, you sit around the elegant imperial castle. That's the best I could do on
it's
a
good.
short
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah, I think I was buying it. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, I finished some stuff. I finished. Oh, sorry.
Well, I finished Westworld.
Oh, the show.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I said I was gonna
Yeah, bring it on.
give it what I. All right, Westworld.
Let's recap for the listeners. You felt like it was a lot of lead up.
Yes.
And you were getting tired of the lead up.
I'm
hoping
right.
the payoff.
I'm
was
tired
worth
of
it.
this trend we have with modern TV, where it's 9 episodes of build up,
Yeah.
and then 10 episodes of like, and this is what we
we
this is the reveal.
Yep.
And I still felt like that. Like at the end,
Okay.
there's the reveals, but then there's also the, where they're going for season
Threads
2.
for the next.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of like, well, it's just unsatisfying television.
So it's
It's-
pacing problems. you
Yeah,
would say.
it's just no episode has a true beginning and end.
I see.
Because all the characters are just going back and forth.
Right.
It's just, and I mean, we talked about it with Battlestar Galactica last week, or I talked a lot about that, but like something like Battlestar Galactica, where it had an ongoing story, but it was also leading somewhere, even if the writers didn't know.
Right,
Okay,
right.
it was just there'd be episodes. They had tons of characters, so they would have tons of different stories, but each episode you didn't necessarily see every character, and so they were like, this episode we're going to focus on this one and just do a self-contained story with this character, and it just doesn't do that.
It's funny you said that was a new like trend for the binging
Yeah.
population, but in some ways it's also a very old trend based on like serialized daytime dramas or even
Yeah.
like the older serials.
Yeah.
Like my wife and I were watching through the old 60s like Supernatural soap Dark Shadows,
Right.
and that's what it's like. I mean, every episode there's hardly any progress.
Yeah.
So much that one time we accidentally skipped a disc
Right.
and didn't realize it until
Right.
later, because they're just designed where you're just kind of watching chunk,
Right.
and then there's
See, I don't necessarily want everything to go back to like the Star Trek Next Generation idea. It's like,
Where you reboot every episode?
Well, right. Each episode can stand on doesn't matter. There's continuity, but like you could come in like months later and you would know
watch that series on shuffle and
Right.
have very little issues.
But there has to be a better middle ground than what we have right now.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
getting.
think that's the difficulty. You got to find a balance.
Yeah.
Because when a show, like you're saying, when a show has no ongoing threads, I
Right.
don't never feel that compelled to keep going.
I mean, Westworld,
but it can go the other way
right?
too. Where it's
Westworld
like,
has
oh,
all that. It's just you just get impatient. You're just like, I wish I could just skip
yeah.
to the like last 2 episodes or
Right.
something. Rome used to do it really well. Rome, the 2 seasons of
Yeah,
HBO.
that's what you said.
Also, I know this might sound wrong, but the robots in it, they're just not robot-y enough for
That's
me.
what you said last week.
I know, but this week at the end, I'm like, it's just hard to relate to like robots becoming self-conscious
Yeah.
without them being like slightly robotic anyway.
Right.
I mean, it just seems like it. I don't know. There's just something that doesn't work for me with this show.
Okay.
And I think it's because the movie was like kind of like a stalker film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're in Westworld. One of the
still wanna
robots.
see it. I haven't
Well,
seen it.
basically, the whole concept of it is Yul Brenner is a robot there. He breaks down and just goes on a just on a rampage. Like that's it. It's not about like the consciousness of what separates us from man and machine and all that stuff. It's just we gotta get out of here. So it's like very much more like Jurassic Park.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In Westworld, it isn't like that. It's maybe not focused enough. It doesn't have anything new to say either.
Right.
I felt like it didn't. The idea that like maybe memories are what make us human, or what like define us. That's like an idea they present, but it doesn't work so well.
It's hard to find a good TV show that like really grabs you that you stick with.
Yeah.
I don't really have a current one right now, and I do miss that.
Yeah.
Um,
I just kept wanting to watch Jurassic Park.
yeah.
As it was
well,
going
that's
on.
in most situations. You just
Yeah.
want to watch Jurassic Park.
So
All right. Well, let me jump into my book.
All right, what you got?
I finished a few things. I had been reading that Star Trek Stargazer book. 3 is called the title of the book. Pretty strong. It was very. It felt like it read like an episode. So
Have you
sometimes
read-
that's good. Sometimes it's
have
bad.
you read any Star Wars books this year? In prep, I guess you read Bloodlines.
I read Bloodline. I read Catalyst. Rogue One.
Oh, that's right. So
Rogue One
you've
prequel,
done better
yeah.
than me this
I've
year
read
for this
quite
new
a
Star
bit
Wars
of,
movie.
the graphic novels, obviously. I think I read
Yeah.
just about everything that's out
All right.
there. So yeah, I read some
Good
of those.
job, Ed.
I finished a little bit of. Oh, I also finished that Spy Boy Young Justice crossover, that Peter David series.
Oh yeah.
Not great, but it did kind of make me want to check out the Spy Boy proper series. I did a little more Christmas reading too. I read, based on your recommendations, I read The Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
Oh yeah.
Like your old school favorite Christmas book. It
Yeah.
was very good. It was very funny.
Isn't it only like 80 pages
Yeah,
too?
it is. It's short. But the
So-
humor in it's good.
Yeah.
It feels a lot. It kind of has that same Christmas story
It does.
kind of
yeah.
humor to it.
I'm pretty
you know.
sure. To put that in
It's a little
context,
adult. It's a little adult.
I read that in either second or third grade.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I think I read it in second, but I also watched the movie in school.
Yeah, that's what when I was reading this, I was like, oh, wait, I've seen this movie.
There you go. Yeah.
But the humor was very good,
Yeah.
so you're right about that. I also picked up and read the Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, the manuscript edition. I know we talked a little bit
yeah.
about this in our Christmas episode.
You said it was super cool.
It is very cool. There's an intro and then a really like in-depth forward that goes into great detail about just the writing of A Christmas Carol and how it was kind of a Hail Mary for him.
Right.
Like he just had zero money and
Yeah.
was like borrowing and was like, I just got to hammer out this Christmas thing. It'll sell because it's a Christmas thing. I'll just do it. And like he did it
Yeah.
and it worked eventually,
Yeah.
you know. So really interesting to
Do you
hear
think
that.
he was ever like, hold on, it was just a book, guys. You don't have to make Christmas that big of a deal.
Yeah. And the manuscript has been, it's changed owners a few times and now it's held by a museum. In preparation for this manuscript book, they actually took it apart and like cleaned it and photographed it. And so you're seeing like a really clear,
Nice.
and there was just one. I mean, there was just one manuscript. You know, when
Right.
he had it, it was like if something happened to it, we don't get Christmas Carol. But it was neat too. I enjoyed the forward, but I also just really liked reading the story because it's each page has the manuscript page on the left and then the typed version on the right. And you see little things like he'd written something else and he crossed that out and above it wrote "Bah humbug," you know, which has become like iconic and it was
Yeah.
like an afterthought for him. So
Yeah.
little things like that where you see him sort of know that's dumb and go back and rewrite it. I mean, it's a very unpolished manuscript,
Right.
Because you see all of his crossouts and like redirection. So If you're a fan of the story and you have never read it or have read it and want to check it out again, reading the manuscript edition is definitely worth it, and we do have it here in the collection. I've moved on currently to, I'm reading Paper Girls Volume 2 by Brian K. Vaughan. You can have it when I'm done.
Thanks, man.
And I'm reading a CSI Miami book called Misgivings by Don Cortez. This is a leftover. It's a Christmas book.
Okay.
Christmas mystery.
All right.
That I'm still digging into. So that's it for me. So
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to see. You can go on Goodreads.
Yeah.
You can go to your stats.
Yeah.
You can go view books of 2016, and then on the sorting, you can put date published. If you, that's just you. 'Cause
Yeah.
You said you couldn't find a way to figure out.
But it just graphs it. It doesn't tell you puts it on a graph. It doesn't list the titles and the date.
No, if you go to view books,
Oh, cool.
you can see like the cover bookshelf.
Okay.
So, because I was like, I don't know what I read that came out in 2016 either. So,
Let's move on to some book news. What do you have?
okay, yeah. These are books that are coming out the 27th. A lot more books coming out the December 27th than came out 2 days before Christmas. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So, as I said, these are the books coming out December 27th. You got all that sweet Christmas bucks. Do you ever get gift cards for like Barnes and Noble?
No, not really.
No.
Like for myself?
Yeah.
No.
Do you ever use Christmas money on books, or does it just go to like your heat bill?
I guess I don't really get much Christmas money.
Yeah.
I get like
Yeah, me either. that's like a kid thing. Christmas money.
Sorry.
Yeah. Does anybody ever get like books
Oh yeah.
for Christmas?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I tend to get a lot of books.
Yeah.
I like to have media Christmases. That's usually
media Christmases,
Yeah.
like movies.
Yeah,
and
movies, CDs, books. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
maybe
easy to shop for.
you can't get any of these because these come out the 27th.
Oh, darn it.
So-
My birthday coming right up.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, birthday books.
Yeah. What do we got?
Books for Living by Will Schwalbe. Boy, that was hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about. I guess we could find out.
Yeah, I guess we can.
James Brolin, blah, blah, blah.
James
I've always
Brolin?
believed that everything you need to know you can find in a book. Well, listeners, tell us what you thought of that book after you read it, because I can't get into this description. Civilian Eyes, a young veteran's memoir by Michael Anthony. He 12 months in the military service in Iraq.
Uh-huh.
Michael Anthony stepped off a plane, seemingly happy to be home, or at least back on U.S. soil. So, it's a book about a veteran coming home.
Okay.
Curtain of Death, a clandestine?
Clandestine.
Clandestine. Oh boy, I wish I hadn't have that on tape.
That's all right.
A clandestine operations novel by W.E.B. Griffin.
Okay.
Why don't we call him Webb Griffin?
His friends probably do.
Hey, Webb.
I don't feel that we're close enough to do that.
No.
but-
So, have you ever read a W.E.B. Griffin book?
Mm-mm.
I don't really know. Are these military books?
Yeah. Yeah, military and espionage.
All right. Hey, I want you to imagine is it Carlo Montalban?
Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, I want you to imagine he is going to read this book because it's called Eat Beautiful.
Oh.
Food and Recipes to Nourish Your Skin from the Inside Out by Wendy Rowe.
Why would I?
I don't know. It just seems like he could say eat beautiful and all
Oh.
that does.
Oh, okay.
It just really like give it the oomph he needs.
Yeah.
I definitely don't eat anything that makes my skin look good
You don't?
inside out now.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh boy, this grease is really, really adding a shine to my
Yeah.
coat.
Yeah. Yeah. A luster.
Yeah.
A luster.
It's like when you give a dog salmon. It has a shiny, silky coat. When you give me some Burger King French fries,
Yeah.
I pass out and feel sick.
Man, I'm not going to judge the way you spend your money, but
Giving salmon
it's
to
a
dogs
lot
is
of dog salmon. It's a lot of
The
dog
Ice
salmon.
Beneath Her by Camellia Gray.
Okay.
Oh, boy, I'm just going to take a nap before I read the next author name. A young woman is found beheaded
Look out.
in the Stockholm home of business tycoon Jasper Orr.
That's not what you want at all.
Oh, how far would he go to silence his secret lover?
How far?
Probably far enough to behead somebody.
Oh, okay.
The Midnight Bell by Jack Higgins. You ever read a Jack Higgins book?
No, I'm sorry.
Have you ever read a book?
No, yeah, no, I have. I've read many.
Is he popular here at our library in Roseville?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put him in like the top 10 or anything, but
Ooh, okay.
it's still worth getting his stuff.
All right. What about this author? Take the Key and Lock Her Up. It's Embassy Road, Book 3, Allie Carter.
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Ooh. She wrote All Fall Down. Oh, wait. Is this a young adult book?
I don't know.
Give me a second.
You're
I'll
looking at it,
tell
man.
you.
I'm sitting over here on this side.
You know what? It's a young adult book.
Okay.
That's why you don't know. All right.
Hey, well
Then
then,
check this out.
Why don't you know?
Oh, no!
Do you ever read a book?
This is kind of neat. The Godfather Notebook by Francis Ford Coppola.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Is that
It's
the
a little-
Godfather
it's a-
singing Happy
It's
Days?
a very light Godfather.
Wednesday, Happy Days.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Happy Days, every day.
Still doing that.
Yeah. The never before published edition of Francis Ford Coppola's notes and annotations on the Godfather novel.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, so he's reading the book and,
Oh, I see.
and taking notes. This should be there. Their.
I don't think he's editing it.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's drawing inspiration from it.
Archie Volume 2 by Mark Wade.
Everything's Archie. You want to sing the old Archie theme song?
I don't know it.
Archie's here, but dun. Reggie's here. No,
Where's Jughead?
he's coming. And here comes Jughead and Hot Dog too.
Who's Hot Dog?
Hot Dog is Jughead's dog.
Okay.
Fun fact: started out as Archie's dog, didn't last.
Why?
I don't know. It was just one of those things.
Is
It's
Archie
like,
not responsible enough to have a dog?
He probably is.
Did you watch the trailer for the new...
It's like how Odie used to belong to John Arbuckle's friend Lyman,
Right.
And then just one day he was John Arbuckle's.
Did you...
Same principle.
Did you watch the trailer for the new Archie show,
No, but I've seen
Riverdale?
the images and I am excited.
Apparently, it's like going for like a Twin Peaks kind of
yeah.
creepy thing.
Yeah.
You like that idea for Archie?
I did. Well, yeah, that's an Archie thing.
The Archie like afterlife stuff.
No, there's sort of like a subgenre. Of
It looks
Archies that
like-
are a little eerie.
It looks like they know Supernatural has to be on like its last two
Supernatural.
seasons, and so they
Yeah.
got to fill in that like. It's. I mean, CW seems to know what the heck they're doing. They
Yeah.
just they got it down pat.
Yeah, they do.
Back when it was like, yeah, we've got Supernatural season 12 and Beauty and the Beast. I was like, what is going on here? But like, Arrow brought them back.
Yeah, it sure did.
Jane the Virgin. That's like
I think technically the Vampire Diaries.
that's
brought them
true.
back.
Vampire Diaries, Reign, as you were talking about. They have the 100, right? Mm-hmm. They just know.
Yeah.
Dang it. I wish
Yeah. They know their crowd and they program to it well.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, when they announced Archie, I'm like, okay, so like a One Tree Hill kind of thing? Or nope. Their new Gilmore Girls? So, Bungo Stray Dogs, Volume 1. This is a manga. The reason I bring it up is because we started watching this in our teen anime club.
Ooh.
We started the series. And it's a pretty cool show. It's about a supernatural detective group. One of them turns into a tiger. So
I'll take it.
Yeah. So I'm going to get us that series here. The first one's coming out now. The second one won't be out until March. Mm-hmm. So you have time to catch up.
Oh, good. Okay.
Or watch the series. Also, man, I know you were waiting for this. Dogman Unleashed.
Oh.
Dogman 2.
This is a creepy. I don't understand how this made it
Dogman, the
suppressed.
newest hero from creator of Captain Underpants, is still learning a few tricks of the trade.
Oh, I hate it.
Petey the cat is out of the bag, and his criminal curiosity is taking the city by storm.
How is this a children's
Something
book?
fishy is going on. Can
don't get
Dogman
it.
unleash justice on the ruffian in time to save the city, or will Petey get away with the perfect
Let me
crime?
explain to our listeners what this is if they don't know.
Yeah.
This is this Dav Pilkey series where a cop and
Yep.
a dog
A man, yeah.
are in an accident
Yeah.
and like they
They-
get decapitated
Yeah.
and they sew the dog's head on the cop's body.
Yep.
And this is like for the delight of children,
Yep.
not like some horrible horror movie. Like Jessica is going to play this character in the Andover Haunted
Yep.
House. That's
Dogman.
how scary it is.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Okay. I think I got one more book here. Oh, yeah. The 10th anniversary edition of 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher is coming out. I found out we don't have a copy of this.
That's
So
true. My sister-in-law read it, and I had to get it from another library.
I'm buying it as we speak. So we will have that. 10th anniversary.
It's a lot of reaction you're doing.
Okay. You know what? You didn't have to be like that.
Just to let our listeners
You're
in on
so
this
happy
little
about it.
joke, this is a button I like to push for Eric.
What?
Where you feel like maybe you dropped the ball on something, and then I pretend like you actually did drop the ball on
He's a
something.
monster.
And you know I'm kidding, and I know I'm kidding, but it still works.
Don't tell them about my personal insecurities.
Oh, sorry.
Listeners, I've got it down pat.
All right.
Nobody has any issues over here in Ericville.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will strike that statement for the record. Disregard.
Yep.
All right.
So sorry, I'm still going through trying to figure
So,
out.
but just to be sure, so you haven't gotten it yet. But now you're going to get it.
I'm going to get it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it. I didn't realize we didn't have it.
It's all right. It's all right.
Actually, I found out we didn't have it because I did a display. Rolling Stone a few years ago did a top 40. No, not top 40. Yeah, 40. Their 40 best young adult books.
Okay.
And that was on there.
All right.
So
Good news.
it can be, yeah.
All right. Is that it? Are you
Good
done?
news.
Good
Sorry.
news, everyone.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Well, let's talk about
Archie's
you can set
here.
your calendars for these for a long time. Now, these are going to come out post Valentine's Day, Eric. So I'm sorry about that. You're not going to be able to get these as Valentine gifts.
Hey, did you figure out your Goodreads?
No.
I'm going to come over while you're doing these large prints. I'm going to
Sure.
set you up.
Okay. Sounds like a great idea. All right. So first of all, we have A Monster Calls: The Horse Thieves. This is by
What?
Giles Tippett.
What did you just say? A Monster Calls is the ad on
Oh,
that
you're right.
page.
You
It's
distracted
for the movie
me.
based off of the young
I know,
adult
you're so
book.
close. It's very confusing. The Horse Thieves, folks, by Giles Tippett, coming out in large print. So this has been in standard print for quite a while, but it's coming out in large print, so all you large print fans can listen in. That's coming out in February. Coming out in March in large print, The Boat Rocker by Ha Jin, Chinese author.
Don't rock
this
the
was,
boat.
I know. This was a pretty well-received book, made a lot of best of lists. We've had it in general standard print fiction. But right now, we're getting it in large print. So that's coming for you down the old pike. Coming out in standard print, we have some of our favorite authors here. Silence Fallen by Patricia Briggs. You read a lot of Patricia Briggs, right?
Yeah, all the
where
time.
she's fighting werewolves and things.
Yeah, I said all the time.
Okay, all right. So this is one of her, what is that character's? Mercy Thompson? Mercy...
That sounds right. We're
Mercy-
like right next to each other.
I know. Mercy something. I can't remember what it is. But this is book 10 in that series. This series remains popular. This is one of these supernatural, vaguely romance-esque series, but I think this one is a little bit more legit supernatural. So this one we keep in the sci-fi section. Then finally, let's see, I have two more. Catherine Coulter's The Devil's Triangle. This is March 14th. This is co-written by J.T. Allison, so I don't know. I don't know what's happened. World's going to hell in a handbasket with all these co-authors. Not even Catherine Coulter can write her own books, so that's tough. But this is part of a long-running series that I have not read, so I can't tell you too much about
Back
it.
in my chair.
Yeah. A Brit in the FBI, number 4. This is part of
Brit?
A Brit in the FBI. I know, man. I'm sorry. From New York Times bestselling author Catherine Coulter, the thrilling new novel in the remarkable series featuring Nicholas Drummond and Mike Caine. Wait a minute.
What?
Mike Caine. Is this about Michael Caine in the FBI?
yeah.
I would read that. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I can't do Cockney though, so I
Like,
can't do it. I can't do a bit on this if that's what you're looking for.
I was kind of hoping for that. Yeah. but-
Okay.
No, please don't.
Look
Please
at
don't.
this.
No.
This person's been found
No.
in their pool of their own blood with an icicle in their back. What do you think, Michael Caine?
Well, I think it's a bit of bad luck.
There we go. I hope that was worth it.
Yeah, it was. Finally, from your friend and mine, Mr. Clive Cussler. Oh, look at this. A co-author, Justin Scott.
You mind if I eat these Doritos?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so... Just do it. Just open them right now.
No, okay.
I want us all to hear it.
All right.
Hey, are we getting any Doritos bucks?
No.
It would really help out your budget if Doritos would send us some chips, though, wouldn't it?
My budget.
Yeah, for the teen programs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about your budget?
I don't really have much calls for Doritos in my day-to-day life. Cutthroat by Clive Cussler and Justin Scott. This is book 10 in the Isaac Bell series. Letting us down with the cover, I gotta say. This is just a very simple, I want to say, 1911 scene where it looks like some sort of either a movie house or a theater. Showing
movie house.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You got a nice couple on the front.
He's hiding out in the movie house, I tell
Getting
you.
into their car. Nothing happening. There's not a single flame on this at all. I don't see a single swastika. There's nothing. There's no pyramids.
Okay.
No rail cars
I hope
exploding.
a Clive Cussler novel is the only time you're upset to not see a swastika.
I'm not upset. I'm just saying it's unique.
All right.
So, Clive Cussler fans, if you like this Isaac Bell series, and apparently you do because this is book 10.
Whoa!
This is here for you. So, that's good. That's it, man.
All right.
Those are all coming to you in March.
All right.
So, keep an eye out.
Well then, I guess we should just get to our segment because I don't have a New York Times bestsellers list this week. Mm-hmm. I got something else.
Oh. Okay.
Well, because as we haven't explained to our listeners, we're recording a little early,
Oh, okay.
so I don't know. It would be the same as last
I
week.
see.
So I
Yes.
actually got a list
Okay.
of the best-selling books of 2016.
And that brings us nicely into our segment.
Yeah.
So, what?
I said, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to be talking about some of the favorite books of 2016.
Well, books we read anyway.
Best books in 2016. Our user responses vary from books that were actually written in this year and books that people just discovered in this year, and either is fine. So we're going to be touching on a little bit of both this time. Let me put it to you. What's the best book you read in 2016?
Oh, don't. Well, I only gave... The only things I gave 5 stars this year on my Goodreads was a Spider-Gwen comic and the 2 Mouse books.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen's pretty good.
So...
You only gave 3 5 stars all year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as I go through my Goodreads, I did actually read a few books that came out in 2016.
Okay.
A lot of them young adult books, so I'm doing my job okay.
Yes, you are. No joke there.
Yeah, thank you. Also, a lot of comic books that came out this year.
Okay.
I guess what I'm looking at, out of all the books that I read, the best one, the actual books, not including graphic novels and everything, that came out in 2016, I'm going to say was Salt to the Sea.
Okay.
By Ruta Sepetys. Yeah, I've talked about that before. I think I talked about it on her historical fiction book. One, maybe even our young adult one.
Could be.
It's just a story about people trying to escape Germany before the near the end of World War II, as as Russia is slowly coming in, and they get on a ship, and it's one of the worst maritime disasters because it was like a civilian ship, kind of, but and it was mainly civilian passengers and soldiers, but it just went down. Lost a lot of people on there, more than the Titanic.
Wow.
So, but it was good. So
Nice.
I'd say that's the best 2016 book I read.
Okay.
Runner-up might be The Girls by Emma Cline. I read Blue Screen by Dan Wells and Calamity by Brandon Sanderson. Didn't really care for either of those.
Oh, look out.
And I read Cure for the Common Universe. That also came out like in the summer, or right before the summer. That's the one about the video game addict. He has to go to a video game rehab that's like a video game. I feel like that one was fine. It was just fine.
Just only fine.
I spent a lot of time in 2016 reading Star Wars comics as they came out.
Good for you.
So,
all right. Well, I looking at my reviews, I guess the books that I've enjoyed the most in 2016 are not books that came out in 2016. The only ones I gave 5 stars to were The Girl on the Train, which I stand by. I think that's a great thriller. It's well done, keeps you guessing. And The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, which is probably 60 years old. We have it here in our YA collection, actually.
Okay.
Just hilarious, like a really funny collection of short stories. Of course, it was made into a TV show and a series of movies as well. But that book was just so surprisingly funny. I read a couple of great graphic novels, too, that I'll mention. And actually, these did come out in 2016. So
okay.
some of my tops were Wonder Woman Earth 1 by Grant Morrison. Really strong Wonder Woman comic, I thought.
Right.
I know you didn't like it so much.
It was fine.
Archie, Volume 1, The New Riverdale by Mark Waid. That is a great reboot of the Archie series.
I know you are. I have to read it.
I am eagerly anticipating Volume 2 coming out.
All right.
Or wait, it is out, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Volume 3 is coming out in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So that's great. We don't have it yet. I also read Spidey First Day, which is a new take on Spider-Man. All 3 very good. And I got to mention, I mean, you'll know this, but Green Hornet Volume 1.
Okay.
So good.
All right.
We got this whole set, and it's a 6-volume series, and I need people to be checking it out so Eric will stop making fun of me for buying this series. So please, listeners, if just for my sake, check out the Green Hornet in our graphic novel collection.
The oldest book I read this year, which was also one of my favorites, was Lord of Light by Roger Zalansky. Came out in the 60s.
Okay.
So did you read anything that you liked that came out this year?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I read quite a few things. I mean, The Underground Railroad was okay.
Okay.
I know that it's...
Suddenly changing your tune about that.
No, I mean, I gave it 3 stars. My problem has never been that I hate it. It's that I don't quite understand the fervency that it's been received with. But actually, some of our listeners, Kim, for example, Facebook user Kim, that was her top pick, The Underground Railroad.
There you go.
I know that. Yeah, I read a few other good things that I liked. I didn't really like End of Watch by Stephen King, so I won't even bring it up because why would I? I read a couple of Mary Higgins Clark that I like, As Time Goes By All Dressed in White.
Right.
It's part of that Under Suspicion series, but as time goes by, was pretty solid. I read a couple of the two that Alexander McCall Smith put out this year. Of the two, I probably liked Precious and Grace the most, the latest in the #1 Ladies Detective Agency. Chance Development was that one that was based on historical photographs. Concept was good. The execution, not as good.
Okay.
One that's come up a few times, which I would probably... I don't know that I would say this was the best book I read of 2016, but Harry Potter and the Cursed Child was definitely good. I mean, I know it's been sort of like, I don't know if controversial is the right word, but it's kind of a love it or hate it thing, but I thought it was pretty good. Facebook user Jennifer said, let me find her comment here, that she thought it was very true to the characters. Let's see, she says... Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, it's a screenplay, so you have to get used to the format. She felt that it treated the characters from the original series respectfully and was a fun throwback to beloved characters, and I'll give it that.
There you go.
It was a pretty good throwback, but I know that not everybody believes that.
Right.
So, there's others here I would make the list. William Shatner's Leonard was up there.
You know what? I'll have finished Springsteen's book by the end of this year.
Bold statement. Bold statement dropping.
That's a new book. That came out this year, so I can count that
Yeah,
as
you
one of the
certainly
better 2016
you
books.
Certainly can. I read some great kids' books. I read a million of them, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to go too deep.
Sure.
But I will say The Last Stop on Market Street, which actually won the Newbery this year, which we covered in our Newbery episode back in January. First picture book to do that. That was very good. That was very good. Super Truck by Stephen Savage. It's very simple, but my son loves it. It's like his favorite thing.
Super Truck.
And it is very good. I mean, it's the imagery is great. Stephen Savage was worked primarily as an illustrator, and only recently has gone to actually writing the book. So I would say probably the focus is on the imagery, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's very good. Neil Gaiman's Instructions, also very good.
Okay.
A good kid's book. And then a classic Dr. Seuss that I'd never read before, Horton Hatches the Egg.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. I actually kind of liked it better than Horton Hears a Who. It's the one I
Whoa,
read.
bold.
Remember when we went to the
Yes.
school and we read? That was one of the ones that I read.
Yeah.
To
And
the,
they were like,
to the
whoa,
students there as
Horton
well.
has another book?
Yeah.
Far out, man.
It's true.
Thanks for
actually
visiting
is,
our 11th grade classroom.
thank
You've been
you.
swell.
Yeah, it was the 11th grade.
They're called juniors.
Yeah, let's dive in with a couple of user comments here. Sorry.
Well, because I only talked about the ones that came out in 2016.
Oh,
They were
okay.
only young adult books,
Sure.
so I feel like maybe people don't think I read adult books.
Okay.
But, I mean, I brought up the girls. But also this year I read Station 11, which didn't come out in 2016.
Okay.
And that was good. I gave that 4 stars.
Yeah, that was for a book
You
club.
remember I kind of made a fuss about it because I liked it.
I do, yeah.
It, made me feel emotional,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to talk about it with other people.
Yeah, you were unbearable.
I read Doc. That's about Doc Holliday by Mary Doria Russell.
Yeah.
It was in prep for our Western.
That's right.
One back.
our
in the-
lowest listened
Yeah,
to podcast ever.
And I read Masters of Doom. It was how 2 guys created an empire and transformed pop culture. Based off of Doom, the video game.
Oh.
And that was one of those I don't know, it's nonfiction. What do you call that?
Nonfiction.
No, but it's not would it be a biography if it's about those 2 people, but also the games and stuff? Yeah, whatever.
Probably not technically. It wouldn't be
Okay.
shelved in the biography
Memoir?
section, but yeah,
We call
sure.
memoirs written by somebody else.
Yeah.
Tell-alls.
I mean,
Look,
it's just
it was
nonfiction.
good. I read it in 3 days.
Yeah.
It was hard to put down, even though it's just about guys coding and making Doom and Quake.
That in 3 days with this Bruce Springsteen book is taking.
I know. Well, it's because here's the thing. This one, it's kind of written with some fictional. You know what I mean? When they write a nonfiction, but you kind of embellish or exaggerate a little to create a sense of narrative.
Okay.
Whereas Springsteen is being very matter of fact. He's a great writer with this stuff, but it's just he packs so much into each page. It's hard to cruise through the Born to Run book because each sentence is some little insight or some thought or
okay.
the story. Whereas Masters of Doom is and they were coding again. It's okay, get to the part where they released Doom 2. Tell me about shareware some more.
Yeah.
So shareware being games that could be shared with each other, not the clothing line by Cher.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe in life after summer?
Uh-huh.
And then it's a
Shareware.
if I could turn back time, I'd
Yeah.
buy more shareware.
Oh, sure would. Yeah. Would you get more shares in shareware?
Yeah, probably. But there's no song to go with that. So
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah, there is. Do you believe in shares?
And getting more
and
shares
shareware?
after shareware. Yeah. Okay. right.
I got my shares.
Do you know that Cher's may be the only singer to score number ones in 5 consecutive decades? It's crazy.
Well,
It's
if
a
Madonna,
crazy
if Madonna
thing.
stays around any longer,
Yeah.
she might be able to pull it off.
She might.
So,
She might.
yeah.
All right.
Do you want to get into this list of the top
Yeah,
selling ones?
give us a couple from the list, and let's go
All right.
back to some
So,
user comments. Here.
Basically, Amazon released their the top selling books, and they also did
Okay.
some in categories. I got the top 20. Do you want me to go through all of them or just the top 10?
Just give us a couple of the highlights.
All right. Let's see if there's... The Nest is at number 17.
Oh, Cynthia D'Apric Sweeney.
Right.
We are doing that for a book club in 2017.
So that's the
join us.
17th best-selling book, and this is including ebooks.
Okay.
But it's only books that came out in 2016.
Oh, so that's the number one?
No, that's number 17.
Number 17.
So that's why you're not going to find stuff like Nightingale and
Okay.
All the Light We Cannot See and stuff.
Right.
So this is only books that came out in 2016. But that's still
Okay.
pretty good because I feel like The Nest came out in September or
Yeah, it was
August?
pretty early.
So to be number 17...
While you mentioned The Nightingale, Facebook user Joy says The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna was her favorite. Good news, Joy. We're doing that for a book club January 17th. Join
there you
us.
go. Yeah.
Nick has to read it.
You'll have to
I'm
explain to us what it is about because I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
You are Nick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else? Oh, at number 15, and this I feel like only came out 6 weeks ago. The Wrong Side of Goodbye,
Oh,
a Harry
gosh.
Bosch novel.
That doesn't surprise me. Michael Connelly's fan base is rabid. I mean,
Yeah?
when those come out, they are ready. Is rabid the right word? That
yes.
seems wrong.
No,
Okay.
it is.
All right.
They're like
Like
foaming
a,
at the
like
mouth.
a rabid dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No, you
That's
don't.
a terrible
It's
experience.
a terrible, yeah.
Let's see. Fool Me Once is at number 13. Harlan Coben.
Can't fool me twice.
Number 12 is Before the Fall by Noah Harley. That one I almost bought, but all the reviews on Amazon were like, eh. You know, it didn't. I feel like it maybe had 3 stars.
Okay.
Because I almost got that after I read The Girls,
Yeah.
which isn't on this list.
No.
All right, and number 11 is The 15th Affair, The Woman's Murder Club by
Okay.
James Patterson and Maxine Pietro. So the top 10 best-selling books of 2016, according to Amazon, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, number 11. Double Down is at number 10. Did better than The Nest and Harry Bosch.
Yeah.
So number 9, The Black Widow, book 16 of the Gabriel Island series.
Oh, Daniel Silva.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 8, Night School, a Jack Reacher novel.
Working on his nights.
And that's really recent, too. So
Yeah.
Jack Reacher still got it.
Well, that's a good time for Jack Reacher when the movie came out and everything,
Yeah.
right in conjunction with that book.
Well, maybe
so.
not a great time for Jack Reacher
Well,
then, if you're including the movie.
yeah.
Number 7, Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty.
Uh-huh.
6, Hillbilly Elegy, a memoir of a family in a culture in crisis by J.D. Vance. Number 5, Killing the Rising Sun, how America vanquished World War II Japan.
Now, there's a dad gift right there.
Yeah, but
That's
isn't
like
that
dad
a-
and grandpa. You buy that.
So that's not a kid's, because like they write those kids' books.
They do write like kid adaptations of those books, but
Okay.
that's the title of the adult book.
Huh. All right. Number 4, The Last Mile by
Baldacci.
David Baldacci.
Yeah.
Number 3, you're not going to be happy.
The Whistler.
The Whistler by John Grisham.
No, I'm happy. I want John Grisham to succeed.
He-
and
that's-
keep writing books, but I don't want to.
That's a newer one. To be the 3rd best-selling book of the year and to have only come out in October.
He's like a next level author.
Okay.
He's one of those ones that just
Yeah.
retains that popularity.
He also retains water.
And that's like one a year. Maybe you
Right.
get one in a Theodore Boone
That's true.
kid novel. Whereas some of these others, I think even Connolly publishes more than
That's
once
true.
a year. So
You-
it's like
Notice that James Patterson only has the one book here. Oh, he has 2. Woman's Murder Club and Jack Reacher. Oh, Jack Reacher's not his.
No,
so he
Sweet-
does only
Sweet
have
Child.
one. It's just the 15th Affair.
yeah, well, that makes sense though. I mean, out of all of the Patterson books,
Yeah.
Women's Murder Club is the only one we'd ever consider getting a second copy of because it is
Okay.
that had a TV show based on it and everything. So it's just
Okay. Number 2, When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Calantini. Calathini.
okay.
And number 1, no surprise, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2, special rehearsal
Really?
edition script by J.K. Rowling, Jack Thorne, John Tiffany. Apparently,
I actually am a little surprised by that.
well, apparently, those Doritos are coming back.
Yeah, they sure are.
It's the first time a script has ever made the top 20 of the year. So
Yeah.
that's kind of impressive.
I wonder. I haven't heard anything about how the Fantastic Beasts script is going. I can't imagine that it's going to be as good. It looks good. I mean, it's got a cool cover and everything. We have it in the adult section, but I don't think there's huge demand for that.
Amazon also released the top 20 customer favorites, or the most wished for books and the most gifted books in 2016. You want to hear some of them?
Yeah, let's do some user comments and then pop back to that.
Okay.
So let's take a look. Let me pull a couple from Facebook here. One of our regular listeners, Greg, says Gateway by Frederick Pohl. I'm not sure what that is. Do you know that one?
Yeah, it's a Hugo winner.
Oh, okay.
It's from the 70s, I believe.
Nice.
I've been meaning to read it forever.
Okay.
So,
Joanne, also Facebook, The Pluto Files by Neil deGrasse Tyson. You love Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I do follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's kind of funny.
Yeah. Facebook user James says The People and the Books by Adam Kirsch.
Okay.
That's not familiar to me. Do you know what that one is?
No.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, get to it.
The people
I'll pop over
and
for Twitter.
the books. I spelled books BOOKKS.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Twitter user Rosie Riveter 08 says Mishling, The Comet Seekers, and Modern Lovers.
Okay.
Comet Seekers I know, the others I don't. Let me take a look back here. We got a lot.
Who's it by? Did they say? You said Adam Kirsch.
Yeah.
It's 18 classics of Jewish literature.
Oh,
So there you go.
interesting.
Now you know what it's about.
I know. A few more here. Facebook user Hillary says, I loved the Welcome to Night Vale novel. So Night Vale
Is
is
one of our fellow colleagues.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're their own podcasting network now.
Yeah, they
There's
sure
a
are.
primary podcast, Welcome to
It's
Night
just
Vale,
us.
and they're
Nobody's
up to
invited us to a network
They
yet.
haven't, no.
You think we should start our own? Hey,
Why not?
We're part of the All the Books Show network.
Hey, we're a part of the Angelica radio station.
That's true,
So take
yeah.
that. So maybe
Night
our
Vale.
listeners right now are listening to us at a cool Wednesday evening. So enjoy your night,
it's chilly.
folks. Anyway, Facebook user Hillary says, I love the Welcome to Night Vale novel. Also, Girl on the Train. Well, I'm with you, sister. I like Girl on the Train a lot.
Huh.
Facebook user Ruth says, just one? But then she said Leonard by William Shatner. So
Hey, you like that.
I know, pretty strong. Facebook user Stacy says, I found that my favorite book this year was nonfiction, Rising Strong by Bren Brown. So what do you think about that?
I think that's
You
cool.
know anything about it?
I think that's super cool, man.
Oh boy, now this is someone that we know, so I don't know if we should even give her the time of day.
Okay.
Just kidding. Facebook user Carly, old friend of ours,
Okay.
in some plays together.
Hi, Carly.
Yeah. Remember you and she were in a little show called House on a Cliff together.
I do remember that.
Okay. Check the seaweed, Eric. Let's see. Carly says, Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur.
I don't know that one.
Poetry. That's a book of poetry.
Wow.
Yeah.
No one wants poetry.
Whoa. Bold statement.
No, I'm
Bold
sure.
statement. Hey, that's another one. The Rain in Portugal by Billy Collins. That's one that I read in 2016 that came out in 2016.
There you go. A lot of rain.
I wasn't a huge fan.
A lot of poetry.
So
Oh,
it's
boy.
not a great. I guess I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Well.
Anyway, so Facebook user and known problem Carly says Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. So take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Because she can't be trusted.
I've got some Facebook comments too.
Let me hear it.
All right.
Oh wait, let's jump back to Amazon for a little bit.
To Amazon. All right. So this, and again, all these, even for the wished and gifted, they're still only including books that were published in 2016.
I see.
And these include print and Kindle books.
Cool.
For Amazon.
Yes.
So you want the most wished for? Or the most gifted?
Dealer's choice, man.
All right. I'm just going to tell you the top 3 most, or the top 4. That'd be pretty
Sure.
cool. All right.
Okay.
Top 4 most wished for books in 2016.
Okay.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets at number 4.
Random.
Yeah. And when I go through the rest to see more.
Oh, you know what though? Those are coming out in the big, oversized, detailed, illustrated version. So that's probably what that is.
But out of these 20, it's the only one of the original Harry Potter
I think
series.
that's the only one that's come out.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, $23.
Yeah.
That would have to be.
Yeah,
good.
it's a nice. They're very cool.
All right.
We should probably have those, by the way.
I'm
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't even know that was happening.
Okay, go on.
Number 3, When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Calantini.
Oh yeah, that was on the list there.
Yep. So that's the third. Second most wished for book of 2016, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the original screenplay.
Oh well, there you go. What do I know?
Number 1 most wished for book in 2016, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Man.
Yep.
Good showing by old J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. Well, geez, I'm trying to find a list where it isn't. Most gifted books this year. So if you gave any of these books as a Christmas gift, you're one of the masses.
Yeah.
Born to Run is at number 4 by
Hey.
Bruce Springsteen. It was
Bruce.
a gifted book. That seems like a decent gift.
Yeah.
For a parent.
Why not?
Hamilton, The Revolution.
Yeah.
By Lin-Manuel Miranda and Jeremy McCarter.
Donald.
We have both Born to Run and Hamilton in our collection. Clean House. Exposing Our Government, Secrets and Lies is the second most gifted book.
Wow.
Boy, I bet
Merry Christmas.
I bet when you say gifted, it was more like, why didn't you read this for once?
Yeah,
or, you know,
seriously.
like
opening that on Christmas
Yeah.
morning. Wow, thank you.
yeah, great.
Thanks.
Exposing our
That's great.
secrets in the White
Expose
House.
the secrets. Thanks,
Thanks,
Grandma.
I'm really opened my eyes.
Yeah.
Can I have a subscription to Fox News too? Number 1, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is the
boy.
number 1 most gifted book
Oh,
of
boy.
2016.
I mean, I'm guilty. I went and bought it the weekend it came out. So
Yeah. So,
You know.
best-selling book of the year, most wished-for book of the year, most gifted book of the year.
Yeah.
People are getting their Harry Potter as soon as they wanted it.
yeah,
It's crazy.
Harry Potter on demand.
I don't know.
All right,
not me.
Hit us with a few more Facebook, and then let me ask you this: do you have your My Year in Books up there?
I can.
Yeah,
Whoa.
pull it up there.
All right. So, what do we got? I got a Facebook user, John. He says Small Town Heroes. I had to look this up. It looks like a self-published superhero like book series. It's not a graphic novel.
John
So.
sounds like a nerd,
A little
but
bit,
a
yeah.
lovable nerd. Maybe he'd want to hang out with us.
But this is book 4 of the series.
Nerd alert.
So it's called Wearing the Cape. That's the series.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Nerd alert. Maybe you shouldn't call out our listeners for
It's
being nerds.
affectionate. It's affectionate. Anybody who's
actually,
listened to this podcast know that I got nothing to say about nerdiness.
that's true. You did finish your Star Trek book?
Yeah.
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 the weekend of Rogue One.
The next gen prequel series, Stargazer. I read book 3. Yes.
All right. We got Facebook user Travis says The Vagrant by Peter Newman. His is actually looks like the newest book on the list. It came out May 2015. So he's doing a little bit better than
Yeah.
everybody else on
Yeah.
the ones I'm about to read.
Yeah.
By Peter Newman. This is Vagrant Book 1.
Okay.
So the Vagrant is his name. He has no other. Friendless and alone, he walks across the desolate, war-torn landscape. So, so there we go. Let's see. Facebook user Glenn says the first book of The Ranger's Apprentice. And that's older, but that's still
Oh,
a popular
wow.
series.
Yeah.
We still have people coming to
Yeah.
discover that one.
That's true. When I'm in the kids' desk Monday morning, that's
There's
one
always
of
a
the top.
Ranger's
Yeah.
Apprentice to shelve.
It's true.
So, we've got the Libromancer. All right. So I once read this book. Did I tell you about this? Geekomancy? Did I tell you when I read Geekomancy?
No, you sure didn't.
It's about a girl. It's about this world where geekdom is magic. So you're a geek wizard. You're
Wow.
a geekmancer. So basically,
That's so geeky.
you have to you can use geek stuff. So if you have
Like retainers. And
if you have a toy of
futons in
Wolverine's
your mom's
claws,
basement.
you can turn them into real adamantium claws. If you have a magic card,
I wish they could have done that in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
oh harsh. If you have a Magic the Gathering card, you
Yeah.
can rip it, and that will cause the spell to happen.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like that. And I didn't like it because it felt like it's like, hey, every nerd likes all of this. And as I'm reading, I'm like, I don't like that. Ugh.
Yeah.
It just felt very what's the one? I don't know the word. So I must be a loser.
Well, take that, Facebook user Larry.
No, this is Libromancy.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you might be we might both be interested in this. Isaac is a Libromancer, a member of the secret organization found 5 centuries ago. Libromancers are gifted with the ability to magically reach into books and draw forth objects.
Well, that's certainly not real.
To his horror, he discovers that vampires have been attacking other magic users.
If you're saying that I'm a part of this crew,
Wait, with the help of a motorcycle riding dryad.
you got a screw
Wait,
loose
don't
in
you
this
know a
story.
dryad who rides a motorcycle?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Isaac
but,
finds himself
hey,
hunting the
let's just,
unknown
Let's
dark-
just move on. I think we got another user. Oh, look, Facebook user Susan. What does she have to say there?
All right, Facebook user Susan
Yeah.
says the Book of Lost Things that came out in 2006. So get with the time, Susan.
Yeah, boy, a decade behind.
But I feel like I've seen this. This is John Connolly. Have you read this?
Nope.
Or you must have heard of this anyways. High in
Yeah.
the attic bedroom, 12-year-old David mourns the death of his mother. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I picked up a John Connolly. Didn't like it.
What else has he written?
Not that one, but I'm trying to remember the one that I read.
Is this a young adult book though?
Is it?
It won the Alex Award.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people put it in fantasy and then young adult.
I see.
So maybe it's more younger, taking readers on a
Well,
vivid journey through the
maybe
loss of
it
innocence
is.
into adulthood. There
Look
you
out.
go. The Book of Lost Things.
All right.
All right, and you wanted me to go to my year in books.
Yeah, I want to take a look at your year in books.
stats?
Well, yeah, we'll close with this. No, you do. Oh, do you not have yours up?
Oh, I can. Yeah.
All right, sorry. It's not stats. It's a different spot.
Okay. Go on, tell me about yours.
Oh, I will. Let's see. So what this does is it tells you all the things you read. It tells you the most popular things that you read. It tells you all sorts of things. I sent you yours on Facebook there.
Sure did.
But it tells you your shortest book and your longest book. Mine are nonsense. Mine are always skewed by children's books. So my shortest book...
Oh, yeah, look at this. This is great.
My shortest book, Piggy Visits the Doctor, a Muppet Babies book.
Oh, okay. I always thought that was Elephant and Piggy.
No. Oh, it might be, actually.
Yeah.
It might be.
Okay.
Ellen Weiss. I know, Piggy books are Mo Williams. And then my largest, Star Wars Omnibus, Droids, and Ewoks, 526 pages.
What?
Yeah.
That's the longest book you read.
526 pages, I guess so.
Well, I mean, the fact that it's droids,
Well,
Ewoks.
it's a graphic novel,
Yeah.
so it hardly counts. My most popular book, read by 2,140,192 other people in 2006, was Divergent by Veronica Roth.
Guess what?
What?
My most popular book of the year? Divergent.
Nice. We both read this as part of our very fun but very failed
Very short
YA for adult book club.
YA for adult, yeah.
My least popular book, read by one person in the whole world, being me, was Wuzzles and Creeposaurs by Don E. Plum, based on the 1980s animated cartoon series, The Wuzzles.
Sure.
What was your least popular?
My least popular book was Best-Selling Albums of All Time by Dan Audie and Chris Barrett. This is like a coffee table book. We have it in our library, though.
Yeah.
It just goes through the best-selling albums of all time. It goes through each decade. It's not, like, super informative, but it's interesting to, like...
That's a coffee table book.
Yeah, it's still like it's a quick, interesting read. Like, oh, really? That was... And you get to the 90s, and it's just Sheryl Crow. Am I thinking right there? Sheryl Crow or the other one that I was
Sheryl
confused?
Crow, yeah.
No, the other one. Who sings I Just Want to Have Fun in the
Shania
Sun?
Twain?
Shania Twain. That's who it is, I think.
Okay.
I can never keep the two of them.
That don't impress me much.
Ooh, which one was that?
Shania Twain.
Okay, wait.
I've
so
used that joke before,
who did,
but it's too good.
Who did Tomorrow Never Dies?
Sheryl Crow.
Then Shania Twain is the one who sold like everything in the 90s,
I see.
as did Garth Brooks, I think.
Okay. My
So-
brother-in-law went to a Shania Twain concert and still has the T-shirt
Wow.
for some reason.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That does impress her.
Shout
much.
out to Mike. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, that does impress you much, exactly.
Yeah, let's see.
My highest rated on Goodreads, again, children's book, Zootopia, The Big Trouble in Little Rodentia.
So this is what the book you read that has the highest rating out of all the other people.
It has an average rating of 4.86, so I
Right.
would love to be able to separate
That does
just
better than
grown-up books.
Mine
but-
does a little better. Mine was Tokyo Ghoul Volume 7.
Uh-huh.
Oh, really? I read number 7? I must have. I know I need to read
Apparently.
number 8.
Goodreads
But
is telling
anyway, Tokyo Ghoul Volume 7 has a rating of 4.33.
Look out.
So the shortest book I read is skewed because I read an Alexander McCall Smith children's book. It was The Great Cake Mystery. It was what do you call those? A young what? A young...
Precious Romansway.
Yes. It was 73 pages. My longest book was Caliban's War by James S.A. Corey of the Leviathan Wake series.
I might check back into that Precious Romansway series.
Okay.
It was kind of fun.
Caliban's War was 595 pages. Let's see. Anything else? A fun note here. My average rating that I gave books this year, 3.3.
My average rating, 3.3.
Is that true?
It is true.
Wow. We rated a lot of books at 3 this year.
We're in sync,
Do you
man.
have many 5-star ratings this year?
No, I don't.
Any?
I do have some, just not
I
many.
only had the 3. Like I said, the 2 mouse
I
comics.
had a lot
and-
of children's books. That
Oh,
I liked.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
And a
skewed.
couple of graphic novels.
Okay.
But anyway, well, I think that wraps us up. I want to say first, thank you to all of our listeners. I know we didn't get to everybody.
Hey, you're welcome.
But thank you to the listeners who sent things in. We'll catch you next time.
Are you
So
excited for,
keep sending them in?
2017?
Yeah.
Are there any books that you know are coming
Here it
out in
comes.
2017 that you're excited for? We'll have to do a...
I was just gonna say that's gonna be one of
Yeah.
our early podcast.
Is there one?
episodes. One that I know of that's coming out?
See, that's the thing. I have such a hard time like following like current series that I'm like, what is coming out?
Yeah. No, I don't have one off the top of my head,
Okay.
but
I got nothing then.
we'll dive into it
Yeah.
in one of the upcoming episodes.
yeah,
So
because
this
we'll
is
have
our-
to do.
This is our last episode of 2016.
We'll have to do.
Closing
I mean,
it
we're
out.
gonna hit the award season. We're gonna have to go through the. What did we do last year in
Well,
January?
we'll hit the Newberries and the Caldicots
Right.
and the Seuss Awards and all that. We'll do the kids thing early.
We have to do those.
with our new children's librarian.
Yeah.
We can bring her on as a special
There we
special
go.
guest if she's good on microphone. If she's
Sure, yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
You know, we'll have to test. We'll have to subtly test her out. Hopefully, she's not listening.
We'll have to do books that are going to become movies.
Yes, books
of
movies.
2017.
That was a pretty helpful podcast for me last year because we did that, and I looked and saw, oh boy, we're missing a bunch.
That's
of
right.
these,
You got
so.
Silence.
Yeah,
and you know what's funny? You got that like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But the movie is only coming out like this week.
I know.
So, but yeah, we'll have to.
But I did fill it out. I got like a Dave Eggers hologram for the King, which we didn't have. Which was the movie's great. So
It was good.
A lot
We'll
of
have to
different things,
have to see what books are becoming movies this year. Yeah. What are the most anticipated young adult and adult books?
Absolutely.
And what else did we do at the beginning of the year? I guess we did the Western one, and we shouldn't do that again.
Yeah, we got some Lonely Hearts book clubs.
Yep.
We've got some author spotlights coming up. And remember, we always want to hear user suggestions for different topics.
Can we talk about who's coming here in March?
Well,
the author?
Let's wait. Let's wait until we sign the contract.
Okay, until the ink is dry.
That's just a little tease for you. We do have a couple of offers scheduled for 2017.
I was going to say, last year around this time, you and I watched Adam Sandler's Ridiculous Six.
Please.
And then gave a review.
Don't
so I
talk
think
about
we're going to
that.
have to watch either The Do-Over with him and David
It's a
Spade.
new movie coming out. How did I miss
It's
this?
terrible.
Oh, okay.
Or we're going to have to watch that James, what's his name?
I don't know.
From King of Queens.
Oh, Kevin James? No,
Kevin
I'm not
James.
gonna watch
We're going to have to watch the Kevin James movie.
I'm not
where
going to
he's like
watch a
secret
Kevin
agent.
James movie. No way. No
Okay.
way. All right. Well, we don't have much.
Some yearly tradition this has turned out to be.
We don't have much in the way of library news because we're pretty much winding down.
It's true. I mean,
for
we're
the
closed
last year.
the next 2 Mondays. We're
Yeah,
closed.
Well, we're closed the 26th, which is probably when you're listening to this.
Yeah.
And then we're also closed right after New Year's. We'll open up the Tuesday following.
Oh, we
New
should
Year's.
say we're going
January
to be
3rd.
we're going to be a day late
Yeah, we'll be a
releasing
day late.
in January because we're closed as we observe New Year's Day.
Yeah.
You're not going to have us record on New Year's
On
Day.
a holiday. That's
No.
insane.
So
That's
we'll be there
insane.
Tuesday. We'll be there Tuesday ready
the
to
3rd.
start.
Right before my birthday, my last day that I'm 33.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, we'll have to do a birthday podcast
Yeah,
for
a
you.
special birthday episode. Yeah.
We'll have to kick you out,
Yeah.
fire you, and
No way.
and get a new co-host.
You wouldn't dare.
Yes, I would.
All right. Well, the one thing I can tell you about library news is that the book clubs are still going. So over Christmas, we've been reading what is that called? The Highland Murders by MCB.
Highland, yeah.
I finished it a while ago, so I forgot. We're doing that January 4th, and then we're also reading
early.
Yeah, The Nightingale by Christian Hanna January 17th. So those are the two big things coming up.
Uh,
What's the first after school movie? Because that's relatively soon.
Yeah,
January
that's the
6th.
first Friday, January 6th. It's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, starring Ava Green.
Ransom
you may
Riggs,
know
based
Ava
on the
Green
Ransom Riggs series.
from Casino Royale.
Yeah.
She played Vespa.
Yes, she did.
Vesper?
Vesper.
I said
Vespa's
Vespa.
a little motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Vesper is a Bond girl.
Yeah. A
right.
Bond woman.
Bond woman. That's right.
So what's your first kids movie? It's Secret Life of Pets.
Secret Life of Pets.
And that's-
coming up. And then we're also doing a Monday matinee in January of Pete's Dragon, and our senior matinee, which is the fourth Tuesday, is going to be The Intern.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch that with my my wife.
No.
She made it 10 or 15 minutes
Too
in
sad.
before we had to pause it, let her be very emotional for a little bit, and then I watched it 2 days later by myself.
I see.
So
I haven't seen it, so now I kind of want to see it.
well, it's pretty sad because
Well, don't spoil it.
well, I mean the beginning, it's just widowed, retired Robert De Niro.
That's always sad.
Yeah, he's retired. He signs up for a senior intern program just because he wants to be doing something.
Right.
So Robert De Niro is so good in it though, and so Anne Hathaway. They're both like great in it, but like you kind of forget that Robert De Niro can play that like that warm, like heartfelt character who when he watches the what's that love song in Singing in the Rain where he turns the light on her and
I don't know.
everything. Oh well, his character cries while watching Singing in the Rain. So like you kind of forget that Robert De Niro can also play those characters.
You're giving away the highlights of this movie.
No, I'm not.
Similar in plot to Rocky Balboa. Widowed Rocky,
Oh yeah.
sad, alone, decides to sign up for a fight to get out there again. Anyway.
And it's funny because that just carries over to Creed as well.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah, he's still sad, still not doing
Well,
much.
guess what? He might have cancer now.
He might.
Jeez.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode and 2016 in general.
That's a wrap.
That's
26.
a
Give me
wrap.
my.
No, it's already put away.
right.
Can't do it. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in 2017.